leave her.
Do you need...
Hello there, young man. The fish are going to crawl on my hook by themselves today. I can feel it in my bones.
That boat on the other side of the river, is it yours? A lot of water has leaked into it. It is about to sink at any moment.
Don't worry. It's older than I am. Thanks for telling me. Most people would not be so polite these days.
No problem. I must go now. We have said he's watching the water, sir. I may go fishing too before I have... Murray opened this pawn shop some...
Can I?
No. The parts have... Williams... There's quite... I'd better... The church is... The church. The lid is held... I won't...
Yes,
Samuel, I need...
yes, I am.
I don't... He has a lot of work to do, and I have not... I need to speak with you, Robert.
Sure.
Robert, I'd like to ask you a rather peculiar question.
Peculiar. I am listening.
Right. Here it is. Is it possible for a recently deceased body to be completely bereft of blood?
No blood whatsoever? Certainly did not expect such a strange question. What do you mean?
Well, is there a way to drain the blood out of the body?
Let me think. No, I believe it's quite impossible. A lot of blood remains in a person even after they have bled to death, if that is what you mean.
Strange, indeed.
Why are you asking this? Does it have anything to do with Henry's death?
Yes, it does. I spoke with Dr. Herman. He told me Henry's body was entirely devoid of blood.
You probably just didn't understand him.
No, I wouldn't say so. In fact, he said the same thing as you. He had never seen anything like it before.
Why are you so interested in how Henry died? I'm aware it's a serious matter, but you did not even know him.
It interests me when something like this happens in my home. Actually, I'm wondering why you don't seem to be interested.
Well, I do not have time to worry about it right now. Henry created his own destiny, and now it is a case for the police.
How come Robert isn't interested in this? I will go now.
All right. Feel free to come back if you need anything, Samuel.
I have no... I'll talk to her.
What'll it be?
I'd like...
Sure.
Have you seen Mark? He was supposed to wait for me here.
Aye, he popped in just a moment ago, but went somewhere right away. But he's left his key for you here.
Thanks. The copy mark made of Herman's key. The stink of decaying flesh is forcing tears into my eyes. Disgusting. Human remains. Shouldn't they be buried deep in the ground? Tied up bags, oozing blood. I'm not touching that. The pockets are empty, but I feel something hard inside. The pockets are empty. The gem has perfectly smooth edges. The gem has perfectly... All the parts have clicked together perfectly. All the parts have clicked.
Yes?
Samuel, I need to...
Yes, I am down.
I have nothing. We have said every... I don't know. The church was built during the reign of Marcus Gordon the Merciful in 1230. Let this parish lead people to goodness of soul and trust in our Lord. The grate is locked. The grate... The light of the candles is reflecting in the arch. I don't want to disturb them. Father Frederick has been administering to the vicarage for many years. Father Frederick has been Father Frederick?
Yes?
Can I speak with you?
Certainly, my son. I am listening.
I am Samuel Gordon.
It has been a long time since we last met, but I still remember you.
I would like to thank you for what you said at the funeral.
You need not thank me. It was the least I could do for William.
Father, I'd like to talk with you about William.
May he rest in peace. What is it that bothers you, my son?
I know he came here often.
Yes, just like many other people who confess regularly to relieve their souls.
But I also know he came here at night. Can you tell me about that?
Well, since it is you, I guess that I can. He kept asking me to let him into the old belfry. He was very insistent, and in the end, I fulfilled his wish.
Have you any idea what he was looking for in there?
I have not. He wanted to be alone, and I respected that. He always spent a lot of time in there, and then left exhausted. I really do not know anything more.
I've heard they used to execute heretics in the attic here a long time ago.
According to the chronicles, the trials would have taken place exactly above where we are standing now.
A strange place to build a church, don't you think?
It was Marcus Gordon, your ancestor, who had the church built. He wanted to at least partially atone for the sins and injustice that occurred here. I believe he chose the right path.
Have a look at this, Father. Have you any idea as to what it could be?
I'm afraid I haven't. It's very old, I would say. Other than that, I'm sorry. I really have no clue.
Tell me, Father, what do you know about Marcus Gordon?
He was a great man of his time. The exact opposite of his older brother. Mordred was a cruel antichrist. He would torture and abuse the innocent in mock trials. Thank God he didn't rule for long. Marcus convinced the peasants to rise and revolt, and they succeeded in overthrowing his reign. You can be proud to be of his blood, my son.
Father, may I make a confession?
Of course. Would you like to do so now?
No, I meant later.
Such things should not be put off. Believe me.
I'll come back later. I promise. Father, I would like to ask you for a favor. I'm interested in having a look around the old belfry.
But my son, the belfry is closed to the public. Why do you want to go there?
I'm afraid I can't explain it at the moment. But it is very important. Believe me.
All right, then. I will make an exception, then. But just for this once.
Thank you.
Follow me, please. I will leave you alone. I have to return to the church and serve others.
Of course, Father. Thank you.
Please tell me when you are done, so that I can lock the grate again.
Of course. I have to figure out how William entered Marcus's tomb. I will not leave before I discover the entrance. I can't leave. I must... It is very firm, though quite old. The trailing part is very worn, probably by human hands. Perhaps they used it to ring the bell. Who knows? Several old pictures and a dusty inventory are lying in the shadows. I can't see anything interesting there. How many eyes over time have looked through this greyish glass? The window reveals a dismal view of the old graveyard. Its shape resembles that of the stone object. Perhaps I should do something with it. Perhaps I should... It leads to the rear part of the graveyard. The gate is locked from the... It can't be opened. A picture of the Madonna. The circular stairs lead to the belfry. I have no reason to go there. I've used it to call the altar. I've used it... This must be what William wrote about in his diary. I have to figure out how it works. I can't leave now. I can't... The right combination at last. I've used it to call the altar. The air in here is barely breathable. It's the same as the one. It's entirely decayed. Damn! What was that? Entrance has closed. I must open it somehow. The path has closed. With hope, there's another exit somewhere. The pages are well preserved. I'll have a look. It can't be seen, but it can be heard. It will not speak unless it's spoken to. It can't be Part of the ceiling has collapsed here. The tomb is very old. I can't see anything over there. I'll stay in the light for a moment. Shall wisdom be your way? The Saint 4, the year of the Lord, 1243.
I opened the way leading to the tomb of Marcus. Surely, I'm the first. How the I yes. What's surely how the when I maze, I am afraid. Yes. What's am I? No.
The more you take away, the larger it grows. The more you take away, the It works. Shall wisdom be your way? It can't be seen, but it can be heard. It will not speak unless it's spoken to. It can't be seen, but it can be heard. It will not speak unless it's spoken to. Black when bought, red when used, grey when thrown out. Black when bought. Cities without houses, rivers without water, forests without trees. Cities without houses, rivers without water, forests without trees. It can't be seen, but it can be heard. It will not speak unless it's spoken to. It can't be seen, but it can be heard. It will not speak unless it's spoken to. It can't be seen, but it can be heard. It will not speak unless it's spoken to. It can't be seen. It can't be seen, but it can be heard. It will not speak unless it's spoken to. It can't be seen, but it can be heard. It will not speak unless it's spoken to. Of Marcus Gordon himself. Marcus, the first Gordon. There is no man today who would remember the origin of the Gate of the Two Worlds, the Black Mirror. This record shall be a warning to all who blindly long for power, not hesitating to stray from the path of fate, exposing their soul to dark forces. Mordred, the lord of our manor, an amoral, evil man, plagued the people of these lands for many long years, with his ill nature and hatred. His power, however, was soon ended by Marcus, newly returned from the battles with the disbelievers in distant lands. Well acquainted with the habits of his enemy, Mordred made meticulous preparations to withstand the attack of his brother. Realizing that not even the strong walls of the castle could hold against the onslaught forever, he descended into the underground of the chapel. There, he opened within its heart the Black Mirror, and urged the entities of shadow to help prevent his doom. He was not the only one, however, to know of the secret corridors below the castle. By the hand of fate, the balance of power began to lean towards Mordred's side. There was not much time left. Watching his men die around him, Marcus understood what had to be done. Overwhelmed by fury, he battled his way through many lines of enemies into the labyrinth of corridors leading to the heart of the underground cathedral. With haste, he took advantage of the momentary surprise and thrust his sword with all his might against his brother. Righteous anger hit its target, and cold steel pierced the black heart of the traitor. Victory was within grasp. Staggering on the edge of a bottomless abyss, Mordred gathered his last ounce of strength and brought forth his final desperate deed. With merciless hatred and zealous rage of his defeat, he pronounced the dark words of the curse. Of your blood, others will rise with your name, bearing my curse. One of your heirs will convert 5 souls of 5 mortals. This will be the catalyst to bring my anger back to life. And I will return. When your days have ended, there will be no one to stop me. Mordred then fell to his knees, and the throat of the Black Mirror closed as he took his terminal breath. In that instant, the whole place was filled by a deafening sound and blinding light, followed by an absolute silence. And one last thing to be done. 4 keys of power were divided by Marcus among the lords of the Gordon manors, the 5th key remaining with Marcus himself. Never again would the keys meet in the hand of a mortal to open the gate between the worlds of good and evil. Such is the story of our Lord that saved us in the Dark Ages. Let his soul rest in peace forever. Isidore Vale, in memory of Marcus Gordon, 1240 A.D.
Black Mirror. The secret chapel the book mentions must be somewhere below the castle. I'll obtain the 5 keys and finish what William couldn't. This must be the key William wrote about in his diary. The first of the 5. The key I found in Marcus's tomb. I can't see anything interesting. I can't... Where did it run? Must have hurt my arm. Could have been worse though. At least I'm alive. A rusty valve. It might be feeding the fuel somewhere. It's stuck. It won't move. Mechanism of some sort with 3 levers. With a bit of luck, it might still work. If only I knew the correct setup. I've got to keep trying. Nothing. The levers must be in the wrong position. The mechanism... Excellent. Everything's going to be easier with light. Here are the things I lost when I fell down the shaft. Most of the items are all right. The camera is smashed.
What does... I've known you for a long time, Samuel, and I can tell, but you can keep it to yourself. I will not. Henry caused his own death, and now it's a case.
Of course, Robert is right. This is... I will go now.
All right. Feel free to come back.
Well,
Have you... Thank... The stink of this... Shoot. Shoot. The gem... All the parts. The church was... Let the... A fleece with golden knitting covers the holy altar table. Holy writing, all Latin. This is where I took confession after the Holy Communion many years ago. I don't want... Father Frederick.
Yeah?
Can I speak?
Certain.
I am
It is...
I would like...
You...
But...
Well, he can't... He was... I... He...
The great. Father,
Yes.
can I just... Father, I'm a... But it...
Oh,
Thank... This must be what I have.
The right combination at last.